Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Tuesday the 24th of August 2021. I'm going to use the cards that I use in my personal readings for today's reading. This is the Radiant Rider-Waite deck, and I love this deck. It's the original Rider-Waite deck, or also known as the Rider-Waite-Smith deck if you take I think it's the artist or the author into account. And this is the tidied up version, so all the borders are neat and the colors are brighter, but it's based on the exact same system of the tarot. And learning the Rider-Waite system is a really good idea because most other tarot cards are based on the Rider-Waite. You've got the Thoth deck, which is totally different. And then you have most of the other decks, like most things published by Lo Scarabeo, they're all based on this deck. So if you know the one, you know all of them. First, we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Magician, and the Four of Swords in reverse. Okay, so something's happening in your life that really changes your perspective, and you really don't just look at the concrete physical side of things. You look at the journey that you're on, and you really take a moment to assess where you're at on your spiritual journey. And it's like the perspective zooms out by 100 times. So if you're on planet Earth right now looking at your little house, the energy on this day, it kind of pulls you out into space so you can see the whole planet and you can see your life as it is on a daily basis and in connection to your community and the other people living around you. And you see things completely differently. It gives you a huge amount of choice, freedom, the sense, most importantly, that you are free to choose and that you can create your own destiny. And it gives you this amazing perspective, and I'm trying to express it in a way that really clarifies how empowering this is. It makes you the center of the universe, and it makes everything around you incidental. So everything that seems really difficult and hardcore usually is now trivial. And everything that seems absolutely set in stone and written in the law is now a guideline. So we've got this wheel at the center, and you can see the red and orange. That's your power, that's your willpower, that's your control of your life, of you being a spiritual entity, being on a spiritual journey and existing on planet Earth. But you really return to this point of, this is my journey and I decide where I go. You've got the compass with all these symbols here. So it's about taking control even if things don't make sense and saying, I owe it to myself to live in the moment and to live as best I can. You see all the elements around that. So it's saying mind over matter, quite literally. Your power over earth and fire and air and water. So you are beyond love or the constraints of obligation. You're not just your ideas, you're something bigger than that. You are not your job, your circumstances, your body. And whether you're bored or not bored or excited or in the middle of a competition, it really makes no difference to who you are at the core. So you return to the core of your being. It's incredibly empowering. And you realize that you don't really need to do anything to deserve good things in your life, nor do you need to figure it all out. You can go through the process of your life. And if you're not exceptional and the leader of a country, it kind of shows you that your expectations around certain things, especially your own happiness, may be a little bit out of joint. So a lot of us feel like, oh, if I keep working at this job and I save a little bit of money and maybe I get a promotion, then I'll be happy because I won't have to worry about every cent and I'll feel a sense of accomplishment because I'm in this position. And most of us do that, right? When I find a boyfriend, my everyday routine is going to be richer and better, and I can relax then, I can be happier. Or when I get in shape, when I lose the weight, then I'll feel good about my body because it'll look amazing, and then I can really, So we all do that, and it's normal because it encourages us to change and to do our best. But on this day, you really get a break from all of that. And the universe kind of says, do you know what? You don't have to make everything happen. You can return to yourself and see what you're about and what empowers you and what comes naturally. And that entitles you to live the best kind of life. And also it aligns you with what actually is. So you can actually start to appreciate some of the things that you've got in your life already. And it kind of gives you this soothing message that it's not all down to you to manifest every little aspect of your life. Some things are going to come in and out anyway, and just go with the flow and align yourself with the process of life today and see where it takes you. You don't have to be on top of absolutely everything. Plus, you don't have to understand everything. The Four of Swords, when it's this way around, it's about meditating and taking a time out and asking for support that you can understand things and that you can continue and keep going. And here, you can keep going without understanding. You can let yourself be guided by your intuition, by what motivates you, by simply feeling, hey, this feels right, so I'm going to do it. And that's all you need to progress on your journey today and to understand that certain things in life are just going to be handed to you because you are a spiritual being having a human experience. You're something special, and because you are someone special, you're going to have special, amazing experiences in life. And if you expect everything in future to suck or to be horrible or for things never to be better, I have to really genuinely say you're wrong. Because even if your life has been a horror show up until now, it's not every day in future is going to be a nightmare. It just doesn't work that way on planet duality. And by realizing that good things can happen to you and must happen to you because you're alive and you're breathing, that creates this mental space that allows good things to come in because you feel you deserve them, because you're doing the work. A lot of people don't think they deserve to be happy. I don't deserve to be happy because I'm such a flawed person, and who's going to want to put up with me? Or why would anyone want to be around me when I'm so... Whatever it is, we all think we're not this enough or that enough. And the truth is, if you can find some sort of a way to celebrate your existence, then the rest of the world is going to celebrate it. I guarantee it. That's how it works on planet Earth. I'm still working on it myself. I look in the mirror and say, I love you so much. Thank you for taking such good care of me. And I'm still working towards it. And my experience has been that the more you shift the negative away and you create that space for the positive stuff to grow, the more of it you'll get. It's like a magnet. It attracts more of itself. Number-wise, we've got 10. So a very kind of big life lesson here today, saying don't feel like you have to be a wizard waving your magic wand and just creating fabulous circumstances out of nowhere. Let life help and support you. You'll stumble into these good things sooner or later. 10 and 1 is 11 and 4 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6 and 6 is a temporary opportunity. So there's an opportunity to see beyond everything that's going on in your life and to kind of make time stand still for a second, to zoom out and to see, wow, I have a lot more options than I realized. So let me kind of regroup a second. You know those watches that have the dial on them? You can kind of click them around like for a stopwatch or something. Like that. That's what the wheel... That was my version of... the Wheel of Fortune is like that. So you can kind of click it around to change your direction. You're in charge of where you're going. No one else is. And you really have the opportunity to navigate differently today, to set a new direction, to set a new goal. Have an amazing day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to audio reading with me. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe and share the video online. Have an amazing Tuesday, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.